The final injury report for the Green Bay Packers here in Week 4, a Sunday Night Football matchup in Dallas versus the Cowboys, just came out minutes ago, including 2 players that are ruled out of this game, 1 doubtful and 1 questionable. So let's dive down into the final injury report here in Week 4 for both the Dallas Cowboys, who also have 2 players out from this game, and of course the Green Bay Packers. If you're stopping by for the first time and have yet to click the subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it if you did go down and hit the subscribe button. You'll stay in the loop with everything Green Bay Packers during this season, from injury updates, game previews, live watch parties, film reviews. You'll find that all here on this channel, so definitely consider clicking subscribe. You know those nights where you just look at the fridge and just, nope. That's when I grab my phone and order delivery with Uber Eats, today's video sponsor. A couple taps and boom, I've got dinner on the way. What I like is how easy it is to find new local spots. The other night I was just scrolling on the app and found a local spot in my town I never heard of. Now it's a favorite added into my rotation. And honestly, it just makes life less stressful. If I'm slammed editing or don't feel like cooking, I can order, track everything right in the app, and it gets dropped off right at my door, stress-free. Plus, I always check that for deals, and a lot of the time there is one. Sometimes pickup through Uber Eats makes even more sense. Either way, it fits my schedule. So next time you're hungry and you don't want to deal with the hassle, order delivery with Uber Eats. And of course, I have the hookup for you guys to get a whole $15 off your first order of $20 or more with code Basaraski15. So head on over to Uber Eats, see what they have to offer, look at all the deals and promos they have, as well as get $15 off your first order with custom code Basaraski15. Big shout out to Uber Eats for sponsoring today's video. All right, so now back into the video. Let's dive right down into this thing and bring the injury report up on the screen. And of course, let's first go over the 2 players that have been ruled out of this matchup. First of which is Anthony Belton. Ankle injury, did not participate Thursday and Friday. He is out. Zach Tom, oblique injury, didn't practice all week. He is also out. The 1 player that is questionable is Javon Bullard, recovering from that concussion. And the 1 player that is doubtful, another offensive lineman, is Aaron Banks with his groin injury, didn't practice all week, and is listed as doubtful. So 2 offensive linemen out and 1 doubtful for the Green Bay Packers is a big storyline heading into this game. And Anthony Belton is a player that actually got hurt on practice Wednesday, and that's why he's not playing this week. The Packers cannot catch a break in regards to their offensive line right now. You know, with Aaron Banks also being doubtful, the offensive line will likely be as follows: Rasheed Walker at left tackle, Jordan Morgan at left guard, Elton Jenkins at center, Sean Ryan at right guard, and Darian Kennard at right tackle. Now, earlier this week, we also saw the Green Bay Packers sign Brant Banks from their practice squad to their 53-man roster. He's an offensive tackle that during the preseason I thought had a wonderful preseason, so he'll be a depth tackle in case of yet another injury. Knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen. The Packers also have Donovan Jennings on their active roster, and they did sign Limonene Smith back to their practice squad this week as well. A potential call-up to game day tomorrow if they fully believe Aaron Banks will end up being out of this game. So with 3 linemen being out of this game, fully expect Brant Banks, Donovan Jennings to be active on game day Sunday night. And like I said, also a potential call-up of someone like Limonene Smith. As for the only other player on this injury report with an injury designation, that is Javon Bullard. He is listed as questionable, even though he practiced the last 2 days, because he is still yet to clear concussion protocol. Now, Javon Bullard has until tomorrow, I think midday tomorrow, to clear protocol. If he does, then he obviously will be able to play in this game, and if he doesn't, he'll be out of this game. If he's not able to play, I fully expect the Packers to then move Nate Hobbs into the nickel when they come out in a nickel defense and just have Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine on the boundary. Obviously, Nate Hobbs, his prior year with the Las Vegas Raiders, was a majority nickel cornerback, so he has the experience playing there. He's played a handful of snaps there so far through his 2 weeks here in Green Bay, but he's mainly been a boundary guy, but he definitely has the versatility to, of course, play both. Everyone else on this injury report, it's a lengthy one, but the majority here, they have no designations heading into Sunday night. Carl Brooks, ready to play. Fitzpatrick, ready to play. Nate Hobbs, a full participation all week, so definitely recovering from that arthroscopic knee surgery he had in training camp very, very well. Josh Jacobs, still listed on here with the ankle injury, limited all week. Tucker Kraft, upgraded to full today. That's awesome to see. Definitely was a pretty big scare in regards to that knee injury before the Week 3 game versus the Browns. Love has been a full participant, I think, almost 3 weeks now straight. Bo Melton has been a full participant. He should be removed off the injury report next week. Micah Parsons, no designation. There's nothing that could have held him out of this game. Rasheed Walker not having designation is great because, what would they really do in that case? I think you'd put Jordan Morgan at left tackle and then Donovan Jennings at left guard, but that would be really, really, shaking it up. So luckily Rasheed Walker is a full participant and no designation. Same with Devonte Wyatt, who was a little bit of an injury scare leaving that Browns game, luckily upgraded to full today. He's ready to go. All right, so now let's take a look at the Dallas Cowboys injury report quickly. Want to show you guys my picks on Sleeper for this Sunday night football matchup. I have Micah Parsons more than a half a sack. I know the Cowboys and Jerry Jones wants to completely sell out to stopping Micah Parsons from making an impact. It almost might be more important for Jerry Jones for that to happen than actually winning this football game, but I still think Parsons will prevail and at least get a sack in this game. I have Matthew Golden more than 3.5 receptions. The Packers were incorporating him heavily there in Week 3. His snap share, his routes run percentage has gone up every single week. And with Jaden Reed out, more 12 personnel, he's out in the field a lot now. I have Dak Prescott less than 235.5 passing yards. I think this is one of the better defenses in the NFL, and we can contain Dak Prescott. And I have Josh Jacobs more than 75.5 rushing yards. I think this is finally the day, or the game, should I say, that Jacobs, has a good running day, because it hasn't looked pretty the first 3 weeks, majorly due to blocking. But I think the Packers, even though they have multiple injuries on the offensive line, are going to find a lot more success in the trenches versus this Dallas front. If you want to check out Sleeper, tail my bets, fade my bets, link down in the description. Use code BASS when making a first-time deposit to get that matched 100% up to $100. Huge shout out to Sleeper. So now let's take a look at this Dallas Cowboys injury report. A much shorter one, but there are some important players out of this game for them. And the two players that are out is tackle Tyler Booker, who I believe plays guard for them with an ankle injury. He didn't practice all week. He's out of this game. CeeDee Lamb out as well. Now, Lamb, we expected to be out. He's expected to be out at least 2 weeks. They didn't place him on IR because they believe he can maybe return in 3. Him being out of this game is huge. He's Dak's number 1 target. Now, they still have George Pickens. He now becomes de facto number 1 wide receiver. But CeeDee Lamb, we know how dangerous he can be, and he's had some good games against the Green Bay Packers in the past. So this will make the defense's job that much easier. This defense, we know how dangerous it can be, and simply getting after the quarterback and creating pressure makes your defensive backs' jobs that much easier, and so does CeeDee Lamb being out of this game. Now, in the absence of Tyler Booker, TJ Bass will be replacing him at right guard. So I guess I'm suiting up at right guard for the Dallas Cowboys this weekend, guys. Wish me luck. In all seriousness, TJ Bass is a depth guard for them. I think he's played in just over 650 snaps in the last 2 seasons, 2024 and 2023. And in those 2 seasons, he's allowed 12 pressures and 2 sacks combined. Now, this year, he's only played in 1 snap, but now with Tyler Booker out, he will step up as the starting right guard. And overall, that Dallas offensive line, you could see the poor grades across the board from Tyler Guyton. Tyler Smith is a very solid offensive lineman, even though he has a sub 60 grade so far. We also have Brock Hoffman at center, TJ Bass and Terrence Steele at right tackle. You could see why I think the Packers front and this defensive line will find a lot of success here in this game. So that's the final injury report for the Green Bay Packers Dallas Cowboys game here in Week 4 Sunday Night Football. I think this is going to be a bounce back game for the Green Bay Packers. I'm very confident in the Green Bay Packers getting a very strong victory here in Dallas. I think the offensive line, even with the injuries, won't have a big of an issue stopping this front, this pass rush, or this inept pass rush, should I say, from the Dallas Cowboys, who are 25th in pressure rate, 27th in pressure to sack rate, 27th in sack rate, 27th in blitz rate, 26th in non-blitz pressure rate, and 25th in pass rush win rate. So again, I know the Packers had an awful time on the offensive line last week, but that was against the Cleveland Browns front, which is way, way better than Dallas. Plus, Dallas really doesn't have any great linebackers behind them. I think the Packers are going to find success in their pass protection, and I also think they're going to find success running the football finally here in 2025. Let me know your score prediction down in the comments below. I really appreciate you guys coming by. If you could hit the like button down below on your way out, it helps support the channel a ton. Seriously, thank you guys so much. I'll be live for this game Sunday night here right on this channel for a live watch party, play-by-play, scoreboard, all that. So if you want to come by, hang out during the game, I'll be here. Really appreciate you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack Go.